Hello and welcome. We're looking for $2 million homes around the country. This time it's Mississippi. I was really impressed because they had great homes and great land to go along with it. So here we go. The first one up, it was located in southern southwest Mississippi. It had it had 40 acres and it had several properties on it. One of the houses was built in 1855, so you know it can last. The main house has a wonderful porch wraparound that goes all the way around the house, has a very classical kind of look to it. Wonderful staircase with nice flooring throughout the house. And the biggest part of this is that it has several buildings on the property. So with 13,000 total square feet. So it's got this little side house which has its bricks on it, and which is probably one of the older properties to it. And then there's a bigger property in addition to that. And then there's another property in addition to that. And so this goes into, there's this barn which has a gathering area for 100 people. And then it also has 6 suites that can stay there. So this is a place with plenty of land, plenty of privacy, and plenty of options. You could have a huge family gathering here, or it could be an event destination. Moving on, this one is located kind of in the middle of Mississippi, and it's on 40 acres. And the inside is very nice. It's just this one was set up. It did have a pond to it, and it just they tell you about the safe room, which always cracks me up. So you gotta like the house with. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's a creepy doll in there. So, okay, there you go. You can store your creepy doll in the safe room. That's awesome. Next up, we're gonna take this back to the top, maybe, yeah. So this one also had quite a few acres to it, but it's set up for hunting and more definitely your privacy-oriented people. I like the beams in the main ceiling of the main house. It had some other areas to it, but just wasn't, I don't know, they're really kind of touting the whole hunting aspect, which if you like that, great. This one, I don't know, they have all these houses that are set up for event planning. So there's the main house for this, and it's located on the southwestern kind of side of things, dangerously close to the Louisiana floods area. The main house itself it looks like they've updated it recently, at least some of the rooms. And the big thing they have is this, they have a nice pond for pictures and things, but they have this huge barn in the back too that could be used for a large gathering area. Big thing to do in Mississippi, I guess. Moving on. So this one was kind of cool from the standpoint of it has a name, Gloucester. It's on 5.7 acres, an additional 2.2 acres. It was the home of the first governor of the Mississippi Territory. So there you go. There's some history for you. And it has its own cemetery. Why don't more places have their very own cemetery? So the house, it's located close to Walmart. So there you go. In the lower west side of Mississippi. And it's got a beautiful porch in the front. The inside is been well maintained at the very least, if not renovated. the lots of draperies are really big in these old period houses. You have to have the drapery to back it up, and some tasteful wallpaper that's not too over the top. These are for when people were not as tall. Some of these the lower rooms. It's also got like a guest residence as well, but no ping pong table, so we shove it down lower. Just beautiful gardens. I think it's on the National Register of Historic Places. So moving on, we're getting down to the waterfront, the very southern part of Mississippi. This one was good, except for it didn't have access to the water, so you just got a beachhead, but no real dock or way to get into the water, so that's just kind of weird. But the view from the pool and the hot tub are outstanding. You get to see all the water, all the sun, hopefully not the rising waters, the interior. We have a couple here that have a modern interior, so it's a big shift from your classical 1800s house to a much more open, light, airy. This even has these weird triple fans, which I'm not even sure how you turn those on, but a much more open concept with the bigger windows going on, a huge island. So this house more set up for the modern amenities. Wonderful places to show your art, and you have to have your workout area in your bedroom, I guess. I don't know. So maybe they could get a bigger house next time so they don't have to do that. Moving on. So this one also was kind of located near an inlet river, and it was, they added a bunch of fake clouds. It's pretty funny. The outside is just a really funky design. They took a lot of chances. This is not your standard Mississippi design. So we'll just jump into that guy. But it's fun. Again, it's a big departure from your standard Mississippi 1800s house. You got your open concept. This one, their flooring, they went dark, which is a pretty nice contrast. The upstairs kind of looks like an art gallery. Almost a little too plain and sterile going on there. But they made everything pop with the red furniture very often. And the cool part is they have this long dock expansion that goes out to the river. So I'm sure that all floods when the tide goes in and out. But it has this area where you could have a boat, and then it has a lift so it can keep it out of the water. And so it just depends on how much flooding happens there. So this one is located also near the water, so it doesn't have water access, but it was nice nonetheless. It has a great backyard entertaining area, and the house itself is very well built and very open, so you kind of have the combination of the open concept and the more classical designs to everything. And it's got the darker wood, which was at the time, I think was built in the 2000s, so it was kind of the aesthetic for the time. But I really like this one because oh yeah, so the backyard area had a great pool, had a slide, it had a hot tub, it had this covered area so you can have your outdoor dining and big picnic tables set up, and outdoor shed. So they have this little shed, I'm not sure what for, because you got this big shed, this huge connected area that you can store your boats and your cars and your other boats and all your tools and everything. And these people are just, look at this is like hyper organization gone crazy. but more power to them. So that house, and you even have enough left over under $2 million to get you a boat. So moving on, this was probably my favorite house by itself, and it was located just by Mullet Lake, which, you know, you got to be on Mullet Lake. But it had a great view, and everything in it just kind of opened up to the view, which I'm not sure how they kind of pull it off. I'm not sure if that's a window or not. I'm assuming it's a window, but it looks out to the pool, which then looks out into Mullet Lake. So, you know, very popular, which still just cracks me up. And the kitchen itself is big and spacious, and it has multiple seating areas, so you can have casual dining or you can have your formal dining, and it has your mini wine cellar and your fancy bathtub. But I just love the cover. It's not going to stop rain, but it'll keep the bugs out and the leaves out, and that is very nice in the South. And it has just areas to entertain, and it's got a little bar area, and you can look out to Mullet Lake, which just cracks me up. But it keeps so this area with all your cooking amenities and your table and your fan and the cover, and I guess out the window a ziggurat, which I don't quite understand, but there you go. And it's just a wonderful open area that, I see the tracks, so it's probably tracks, so you can close it off if you need to. Just inside outside entertainment, and a little bit of land before it goes out to the lake. So the number one, it's not the fanciest house, but it is right on the water. You just cross just a little bit of a road, and then you're hitting the beach. And the beach just goes on forever, so you can just walk the beach for miles and miles, which I thought was just, you can't replace that. The house itself, it has area off the street, and everything hates me today. And in the front, and so it has all these wonderful porches facing out into the water, so you can sit there and view. It's got a gazebo a little ways out from the house. You can sit. It's got the inside, while not as fancy, it's got the nice hardwood floors and high ceilings and light kitchens. But I like the hardwood island is a nice contrast. I wish I'd see a little bit more. And again, you have your casual dining areas, your formal dining areas, so you could have a lot of people. It only says it has 3 bedrooms. That's kind of the knock on the whole thing, but I bet one of these other rooms could be converted into another bedroom. You could put in bunks or something, so if you had family, you can have a bunch of family there. It's got extra refrigerators. It's got an elevator, so you can go up and down the floors, and it's got on the kind of basement, if you will, it's not carpeted, which is probably good in case there was flooding, but it's got an area for a pool table and a ping pong table, yay. And then that opens up into the front area. See, here's the area that kind of opens up. So it was so there you go. I really enjoyed. There wasn't many houses in Mississippi that were $1.5 to $2 million, but I enjoyed the houses they did have. So I hope you enjoyed these, and take care and have a great